Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Jackson.
you are so willing, please join me in prayer. Sovereign and mighty God, today we gather on this day of celebration. It is a day of rejoicing. It is a day of relief. We celebrate what has been accomplished over the past 7.5 weeks, the completion of all requirements and transition from trainee to airman and guardian. We recognize the effort and dedication this day capstones. We acknowledge the ups, the downs, and everything in between. Even in the moments of doubt and trepidation, the spirit of bulldog determination rings true. They have made it, and we together are thankful. It is in this gratefulness that we acknowledge you in your mighty and awesome name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, and 1990 graduate of Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley, accompanied by his wife, Andrea. The Acting Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, and 2000 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Jared Roman. From the graduating squadron, the Commander, 326 Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Nicholas Smith. The Acting Senior Enlisted Leader, 326 Training Squadron, and 2008 graduate of Basic Military Training, Master Sergeant Nikisha McCaffrey. The Commander, 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, Major Clinton Emery. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Senior Master Sergeant Anthony Ray Chua, accompanied by his wife, Christine. Also in attendance with us today, the Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel John Odell III. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Roman will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, family and friends. How about these Bulldogs? You are looking at our nation's newest, soon-to-be Airmen and Guardians from the 326 Training Squadron. Congratulations, graduates. I'll bet you thought this day couldn't come soon enough, am I right? But look, you've made it. Everyone, please give them another round of applause. Today, we're here to honor your hard work, commitment, and perseverance over these past 7.5 weeks. You have achieved so much. You have learned the importance of taking care of one another and what being a good wingman and teammate is all about. You also overcame many obstacles and a great deal of challenges to include significant events that took place back home. You developed an astonishing amount of physical and mental toughness, and you learned that when you band together, you can accomplish anything. Bulldogs, you're about to embark on an even more incredible journey, so buckle up and get ready to enjoy the ride. As you progress to your next level of success, I would like to share with you a few pieces of advice and tips that have helped me to succeed throughout my career as well as in my personal life. First, work hard and always do the absolute best you possibly can, no matter the job or task. Next, don't be afraid of failure. If you make a mistake, own it, learn from it, but don't beat yourself up too much. Failure is a part of your growth process. In fact, some of the best inventions in the world would not be here had it not been for a moment of failure and determination. Set short and long-term goals, but don't just stop there. Create methods and systems that will assist in keeping you focused and on track. Stay hungry and never stop learning. I challenge you to continue to look for ways to improve and ways in which you can excel both personally and professionally. Lastly, treat people with respect, take advantage of quality time with your family and friends, and most importantly, be a good human. Now for the message for our military training instructors. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for our MTI? These instructors are the real MVPs of today. Watching you build, develop, and pour your all into our Airman Guardians is an incredible sight to see. Thank you for your lifetime, selflessness, enthusiasm, and professionalism. In basic military training. Finally, graduates, I leave you with this. You are joining a team that will look to you to define the character of our Air and Space Force for years to come. We have the utmost faith in you because every time you recite the Airman's Creed, you adamantly proclaim that you will not fail, and we believe you. On behalf of your Senior Enlisted Advisor, Chief Master Sergeant Trina Cardona, I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Pixley and Chief Master Sergeant Anderson that you receive your coveted Airman and Guardian's coin, which signifies your transition today from trainee to Airman and Guardian. Congratulations. All right, graduates, let's show them how loud and proud you are.
Hooyah Bulldogs!
Hooyah Bulldogs Hoo Hoo! Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur, until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our air and space force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force." The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961 and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, "Semper Supra," which translates to "always above." This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force."
come forward and address our graduating class.
Hooyah Bulldogs! Morning. Family, friends of the 37 Training Wing, welcome to the home of basic military training for both airmen and our Space Force Guardians. Thank you for your love and support that you have provided to these new Airmen and Guardians in defense of our wonderful country, the United States of America. More importantly, thank you for your trust. It is my great honor to introduce the 589 Airmen and 74 Guardians from the 326 Training Squadron as our nation's newest Airmen and Guardians. To our veterans, please stand so that we can give our greatest thank you for your wonderful sacrifices that you made. You paved the way for us in defense of freedom and wish to continue with this wonderful tradition of appreciation. Please stand. Much love, thank you. To the military training instructors, both past and present, thank you for your hard work and dedication that you provided to basic military training. We cannot operate without you, and the sacrifices that you have made and continue to make every day and will never be forgotten. This is your moment. Please stand. Military training instructors, please stand. Thank you all. Airmen and Guardians, as your commander, I'm extremely honored to lead and work with you with such an outstanding group of individuals. You must always strive to excel at every moral standard that encompasses the foundation of justice and protection for those who are either too weak or too afraid to defend themselves. As you walk the halls of valor and honor, please remember those that have fallen, whom have allowed us to enjoy the rights and privileges that we all possess. Please remember through hard work and dedication, you always excel and accomplish your goals as you move forward throughout your lives and careers. Always remember that you are willing to sacrifice so that others may live. Thank you, Airmen and Guardians. Your future service will be well appreciated across the United States of America and our allied nations around the world. Best of luck to you, and as always, look to the sky and maintain hope, and always remember that unity will take us far and beyond. And again, I'm very proud of you all. Now please go forward and succeed. Finally, Airmen and Guardians, always remember to never give up, and strive to support and help others to succeed. Is that clear? Always remember to always support and defend those who are not strong enough to defend themselves. But that is the cost of freedom. Is that clear? Always remember to push forward with both strength and stubbornness as you strive for your endeavors, and never forget that we are one team. Congratulations. God bless.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer. Someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 050, Airman Benjamin Rowland. He is from East Summit, Missouri, and joined the Air Force to become a vehicular maintainer. In the stands cheering are his mother and father, Sandy and David Rowland, his sister, Abby Rowland, and his stepfather and stepsister, John and Sydney Foster. His recruiter is Staff Sergeant Eric Olivares from the 349th Recruiting Squadron, Grandview, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
I, an American Airman. I, a warrior. I am answering my nation.
Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest airmen and guardians into the ranks of the Department of the Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is symbolic of the end of training for our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag and to our national anthem, we have an opportunity to reflect thoughtfully on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and national unity all come to mind when you think of our flag. It is the symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with the flag. These airmen and guardians are part of the flag's tradition because they symbolize the spirit and sacrifices of the military and dedication to the defense of this great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it is lowered, we ask you to think. Think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who preceded us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today, freedom without precedent in the history of the world. The men and women who stand before you today represent the projection of the strength behind our flag. Our flag security detail consists of members from the graduating squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Allison Terrell. Our Commander of Airmen is Captain Jasmine Archuleta. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Sound retreat!
The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the Armed Forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reveille. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter. It is flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free, yet it remains invincible. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force and Space Force songs. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas.